Hey, yo. I said, hey, yo. After like a 6-year hiatus, we back with a new set of game Let's Play series things. I don't know what the hell to call them, but we're going to be doing them of strictly RPGs. Why? RPGs are very long, and I love them, but I don't want to spend all my time on Twitch, twitch.tv/the I don't want to spend all my time playing RPGs. So I thought, you know what? It would be a good idea if I do these Let's Plays on YouTube again, and they'll be just strictly jrpgs and RPGs and games like that, and I can make them longer. I can make them like 30-minute episodes or 20-minute episodes or hour-long episodes, depending on how I feel that day. We'll let them go. We'll let them ride. But I'm going to tell you a little story as we get the game started. As we get the game started, I'm going to tell you, I initially recorded this episode once before. I'm just going to be honest with you. This episode has been recorded. Daddy's really late. I even got a message from the guild saying he'd be home today too. And the thing is, like, the footage looked like poopy. I'm trying to be PG for the first couple of minutes because of how YouTube works nowadays. It's poopy. I kind of like the word poopy though. And I was like, I gotta do it over. It has to look good at least. And Shara's gone traveling around the kingdom on some kind of training. I'm so bored. Maybe I'll just practice with my staff a bit more before dinner. Hey, I'm home. Like, Daddy, I'm not gonna be doing, I was about to say I'm not gonna be doing any voices. Sorry to have kept you waiting, Estelle. Did you take good care of the house while I was away? Haha, of course I did. Did you run into any trouble, Daddy? You didn't get hurt fighting the bad monsters, did you? Nope, I'm as fit as a fiddle. That reminds me though, I brought you a present. Really? What kind of present? A new fishing pole? Sneakers? Something for my training? Maybe I raised you wrong, Estelle. Our little girl supposed to like clothes and jewelry. I like pretty clothes, but they just get dirty. The jewelry breaks when you go play outside with it on. Anyway, Daddy, what's with the big blanket? Is that my present? Oh, you're a sharp one. Now why don't you come have a look? Like, you kidnap a child? What? You kidnapping children? Well, here you are, your own child. You're a mother now. Quite a handsome boy, don't you think? Why is my present a boy? Don't make such a fuss or you'll wake him up. Wake him up? You mean he's still alive? Hold up. Hold up a second. You think your dad is just gonna bring home dead children? Like, here, my child. Have this dead child that I found. You're next. Looks kinda dead if you ask me. I've treated his wounds, so he should be in stable condition. In the meantime, however, we'll need to let him rest. I'll put him in bed, so if you wouldn't mind heating a kettle of water on the stove, I'd appreciate it. Okay. Like, why would he bring home a dead child? He sure sleeps soundly, and he almost looks the same age as me. This is the first time I've ever seen shutting down. I've ever seen black hair like that, too. He certainly does have a nice head of dark hair, and a pair of amber eyes to go with it. That's nice and all, but how about you come clean and fess up? Fess up? Yeah. Who is this kid anyway? Why is he hurt? Why did you bring him to our house? Is he an illegitimate child or something? Did you betray mommy? Where have you been picking up these kind of words? No doubt from Charizard, I assume. Yep, that's right. For heaven's sake, that girl's going to get me into trouble one of these days with all her nonsense. Actually, I just met this boy while I was out on business. I don't even know his name. You mean bracer business? Something like that. Oh, look. Huh? He's waking up. Wow, his eyes really are the color of amber. Where am I? So you're awake now, are you? Take this! Just knocks him out again. Welcome to my humble home. You'll be safe here, so please, just try to rest. What are you trying to pull? Huh? You must be out of your mind. Why? Why did you just leave me to die? Why? Now that's a question I don't know how to answer. Does things just worked out that way? Work for you? Don't toy with me, Cassius Bright. You already idea what you're getting yourself involved in? Hey! You're sure shouting a lot for someone who's supposed to be hurt. Running your mouth like that is just gonna make it take longer for your body to heal. I'm gonna make every single ellipsis very dramatic. It's just who you are, who, what's is supposed to be. I'm Estelle Bright. She's my daughter. Don't you remember me telling that I have a daughter your age? Now that you mention it. Wait a minute, don't try to change the sub. Ow. Quit yelling. All right already. But you jumped on me like that isn't going to make me heal any faster either. I don't hear you yelling again, do I? Look, jumping on me like that is just going to make things worse. Do I hear yelling? Never mind, just forget it. As a word of advice, it would be wise not to argue with Estelle while you're in this house. Even I, wouldn't stand a chance if I made her mad enough. Yeah, I could see that. By the way, aren't you forgetting something? Huh? Your name? You know, the thing that people call you? I told you mine already, so don't you think it would be unfair and impolite not to tell me yours? It seems like the logical thing to do if you ask me. Doing that's just messing me up, dude. Trying to hide it now would only serve to your detriment. Fine. My name is... What? My name is... Wicked. Alright. And now, we get to watch the opening cinematic with the harmonica and the person and the harmonica again. But anyway, like I was saying, like I recorded the first episode and kind of was like putting it together, and I like smartly, because I've learned from the past, I was like, you know what? Let me check on everything first. Let me make sure that everything in the Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky logo, intro, cinematic, make sure that all of it works properly. And it looked good, and everything was going well, and there weren't any desyncs or anything like that. That was kind of like my plan. And sure enough, it was messed up. So I wasted like a solid 45 minutes of my time, which kind of sucks. It kind of sucks. But you know, that's okay, because we'll just do it again. We'll just record it a second time, and we'll see the lady who plays cards with the boobies, and we'll see the guy with the long hair that plays the piano but also has a gun. Like, these intro cinematics, and Muscly Man, but these intro cinematics have always been like kind of interesting to me, because there have been games in the past where I've seen intro cinematics like this, and then you play the game and none of these things that you see happen in the game. So it's like, what was the point of this? What was this showing me? I don't understand any of it because it's before I've even gotten into the game. And now I have no idea what's going on because you never specified any of the things that were in that intro cinematic ever throughout the rest of the game. I'm not saying that this game's going to do that. I'm not saying that. but it's possible. It might happen. That girl's dress was permanently affixed to the side, and that girl lives with Dr. Wily. This game has a lot of things happening. That guy has a very big sword, anime trope. This is the airship that flies in the sky. Anime trope. It's not actually an anime trope. It's more of an RPG trope, but old lady staring out at the ocean trope. I'm just gonna keep saying tropes. No. You know, I've never played this series before. I wanna be transparent. I never played this series before, and I'm very interested to see what it has to offer. I want to go into it with an open mind. Obviously, I'll be making jokes, but we'll see how it all pans out. I think that castle just farted. That makes me like the game a little bit more. When castles bust ass, that's pretty sweet. It makes for a very interesting game. But we gotta see the intro logo again, because that's just how it works. And now we're into it. Let's get into the game now that we watched that 3-minute intro sequence. Look at this house. It's not bad looking. Not bad looking for a PSP game, which that is what we are playing. We're playing the PSP version. There is a PC version, but we're playing the original PSP one. So we'll see if there's any differences. If there are any and you've played the game, I guess once we get to those points, let me know in the comments. Ugh, it's so bright in here. It's still bright. That was a bad joke. I slept like a rock. I slept like a rock. That must mean it's Dad's turn to cook this morning. I wonder if that means Josh was still in bed. Huh. Guess that's a no. Nerd plays the harmonica like he hopes to get bitches with the harmonica? Doubtful. Well, I guess I'd better get myself ready then too. This is his Sigma grind set. Like everybody else be playing like guitar or singing. He plays the harmonica because he's a Sigma. He don't care. He forges his own path, baby. Nobody will tell him what to do. Nobody will tell him what instrument to play. That song sucked. Nice, Joshua. Bravo. Good morning, Estelle. I hope I didn't wake you. Nah, I was already up when I heard you start to play. Can't believe how awake you are, though. Even the roosters still have bags under their eyes. Not that I mind. What with that siren song of yours gently lulling this beautiful woman from her slumber. What do you mean, woman? We're the same age, and I'm hardly a man. Tisk, tisk, tisk. How wrong you are, Joshua. We may be the same age, but I am clearly the woman of the house, and that makes you something like my loyal follower. Would you agree? Yeah. How fortunate for you. Anyway, I can't quite put my finger on it, but something seems to be missing from the melody you were playing. Overall, though, it's a great song, cheerful, yet somehow wistful. I like your other songs too, of course, but this one's my favorite. What's it called again? Get those booties poppin'. The Whereabouts of Light. See, but as you can see, it's in brackets. So that's like the subtext of the song. So it's get those booties poppin'. The Whereabouts of Light. That's right. Get those booties poppin'. The Whereabouts of Light. I wish I could play the harmonica like you, Joshua. Sadly, it's a lot harder than it looks. Compared to what it takes to use a staff, I think the harmonica is much easier. It's really just a matter of concentration. You're probably right. I guess my problem is just that if I don't do something that uses my whole body, I start to feel drowsy. Anyway, playing the harmonica is fine and all, but how about getting some exercise too? All your hobbies are sitting around kind of stuff, like reading and music. No girl is going to be impressed with just that. You have that Sigma grind set, but you got to have that Chad body to go along with it. You need them popping pecs. You need them huge biceps, them dominating triceps. those incredible traps. You gotta have it all, baby. All right, that's enough out of me. Well, excuse me for being so unpopular with the ladies. Although, I feel like I should be the one lecturing you about your hobbies. I mean, what kind of boy wants a girl who loves fishing, collecting bugs, and has a fetish for sports shoes? Ugh. That's enough talk about hobbies for now. And for your information, I graduated from bug collecting a long time ago. Really? I'll believe that when I stop finding beetles in the hallway. Hey Estelle, Joshua. Morning, Dad. Good morning, Dad. Is breakfast ready? It's ready and waiting. Why don't the both of you hurry on down before it gets cold and I mess up my lines again? Okay, I'm on my way. Yeah, boy, that bread's still on the table. It's been there for like a couple of years now. Thanks for the grub, Dad. Boy, am I stuffed. Are you eating or inhaling, Estelle? Like people say, kids who eat a lot, sleep a lot, grow a lot. Well, make sure you get enough to eat. Don't forget to pour that energy into your work, too. That reminds me, you two are finishing up your training at the guild today, aren't you? That's right. It'll be a review of everything we've learned up to this point. And once we're finished, we'll be bracers, just like you, Dad. That means I'm not going to let you treat me like a kid anymore either. Still lack understanding, Estelle. You can only become a junior bracer in the beginning. Or in other words, a trainee. If you want to be treated like an adult, then you should work extra hard in your training to become a full-fledged bracer. Well, I'm not afraid of a little hard work. Just you watch and see what I'm capable of, Dad. I'll be so successful that it won't be long before I pass you too. That's the spirit. Let's see what you're made of then, shall we? Just flips the table over, pulls out a gun. Let's go, baby! She just pulls out a knife. Come on, bitch. What you got, old man? I'll put you in the grave early. Let's not start a rivalry here, you two. And Estelle, keep your focus on the task at hand. We have a test later on today, remember? Huh? Wait, what test? Please tell me you didn't forget about the test, Estelle. You know, the one that checks whether or not we've mastered the skills we've been learning and training. Don't you remember Shara saying that if we failed, we'd be stuck with a ton of extra homework? Crap. Totally forgot. Now that you mention it, I guess I kind of remember her saying something like that. Don't sweat it. I'm sure we'll manage somehow or other. Star. I don't know why. Like, is that supposed to be her, like, doing, like, a thing where you put, like, the peace sign against your face, like, and you do the wink? I don't know. I honestly don't know how you've survived this long, Estelle. Your brain is like a sieve. Papa is sad. How could any child of mine end up with such a careless, over-optimistic personality? Ha! You're the one that raised me, so I definitely got it from you. I swear, the two of you act so much alike, but whatever. We should probably head over to the guild soon, Estelle. Cher's gonna be waiting there for us. Sounds like a plan. You know how crazy scary she gets when someone keeps her waiting. Come on, man, you couldn't even add an animation of them getting up? Oh, before I forget, it's my turn to cook dinner tonight. Is there anything in particular you'd like to eat, Dad? Any requests? Something I'd like to eat, huh? How about Rowan-style scalloped fish in a balsamic vinegar sauce? What's that? I think that's a little more than Estelle's cooking skill can handle, or our stomachs. You're right. I just wanted to see what kind of reaction I could get. I'll just have the usual fried fish and omelet. No need for anything fancy, but do try to make something edible. How rude! I can't actually say he's wrong. Actually, I did have one favor to ask before you head out. I'd like you to pick me up a copy of the Liberal News from the General Goods Store. Oh, no, we ain't reading. No, we do not accept the Liberal News here. We do not accept the Liberal News here. We know that the Liberal News was created by demons and goblins. Goblins and demons are the ones that are creating the Liberal News. They're supposed to be getting the latest edition in today, and I got it. One copy of the Liberal News from the Demon General Goods store that will tell me about Hillary Clinton and her plans to make everybody a goblin. If there's any money left over, you can have it as your allowance. However, that means no wasteful spending. All right, thanks, Dad. Okay, we're heading out now. See you later, Dad. Work hard and give Charizard my regards. And now we get to zoo. Whee! So, if you hit the triangle button, you can go to the various books that we don't have. Start menu is here as well, so you have two different menus you could go into. But let's go and find out what's going on. Let's go get that newspaper. Belize Highway. All right, let's go. We're running, baby. We're running. What's this? Royland, 49 Selge. South, Gurun Gate, 259 Selge. I don't know what either of those things mean. West, Bright House. All right, so we're going up here, I think. I don't even know where I'm going. We're just going. We're gonna do the thing. City of Royland. Hell yeah, we made it, baby. It looks like we made good time. Not too early or too late either. Just barely graduated from Sunday school. Never dreamed we'd have to study so hard to become bracers. Well, you're in luck. Today is our last day of training. Truth be told, though, you're the one who signed up to be a bracer in the first place. So I don't know why you'd expect to get away with any less effort. Oh yeah, guess I did. All right then, let's get to it. Make it through this last hazing from Shara. You look ready to me. Go meet with Shara at the Bracer Guild over there then. Can I? Oh, I can turn the map. That's the arms store. Where's General Goods? All right, let's get the newspaper. Hey, good morning, Mr. Runnin. Hello there, Estelle and Joshua. You're up rather early. Did you come to buy a new pair of shoes? Now that you mention it, are there any new ones in stock? You know, like the newest Stragas? Unbelievable. You've actually already forgotten why we came in here to begin with. We're not here to shop. We're supposed to be buying a copy of the Liberal News for Dad, right? Of course. Haha. You've always been a big collector of those shoes, haven't you, Estelle? I'm afraid that the new Stragas aren't out yet. If you're after the latest issue of the Liberal News, though, I should have them in around noon. Noon, huh? That's right in the middle of our training at the guild. We'll stop by again after our training is over. Sure. I'll be waiting for you. Will you hold the newspaper for me? Because if you don't hold the newspaper for me, if you're like, hey, I'll do the thing, but I won't hold the newspaper for you, then you're just an asshole. All right? That's just a fact. There you two are. Good morning, Estelle. Good morning, Joshua. Morning, Ina. Morning. Is Shara here already? Yeah, she's waiting for you upstairs. Once you finish today's training, you'll finally be recognized as members of the Bracer Guild. Good luck to you, both of you. Thanks. We'll do our best. How fast I ran? Charizard. The Star and the Hanged Man. The Hermit and the Magician. And last of all, Inversion through the Wheel of Fortune. This is a difficult combination. How should I interpret this? Good morning, Shara. Well, if it isn't Estelle and Joshua, this is a rare occasion for the both of you to show up so early. Since it's my last day of training, I figured, why not? I'm ready to get this show on the road and become a bracer myself. I'll give you credit for your enthusiasm, but I'm going to work you hard today in every way I can think of to make sure that high-spirited attitude of yours holds up. I hope you're ready. I can feel that enthusiasm dropping already. Quiet, you. Every time I teach you something, you somehow manage to forget it. This training is my way of trying to keep some of the information in your head instead of letting it dribble out your ears like it usually does. Joshua, she's speaking of me. Don't worry, Cher. While Stallion may hate studying and rarely ever does her homework, acts rashly, is overly naive, and has a tendency to stick her nose into everything. Her instincts are sharp, so I'm sure she'll pick up on how to use an orbment with some practice. Eventually. Probably. Guess there's not much I could do now except hope for the best. Hold on a sec, Joshua. Somehow I get the feeling that you weren't standing up for me. Well, that's odd. I'm positive I described all your best traits accurately. Whatever. By the way, Shara, what were you trying to predict with your tarot cards? Your face was really intent. Oh, this? I was just trying to get a vague reading about what might happen in the near future. Unfortunately, I don't seem to have been in the right mindset to interpret the cards correctly. Couldn't read the cards? Now that's surprising to hear. Actually, the more profound the meaning of the cards, the more difficult they become to interpret. But that's not important now. I think it's time we start your final training. I'll give you a brief rundown of all the information we've covered in your previous training. This is the minimal level of knowledge that bracers should have in order to function effectively. And Estelle, make sure you pay especially close attention to what I'm going to say. Yeah. I'm going to forget it all too, so that's fine. What would you like to know about? Orbments. Orbments are mechanical devices which operate by using what is known as orbal energy. A variety of effects can be produced depending on their structure and the type of quartz process septium installed. Although it's only been about 50 years since their invention, these devices play an integral role in all facets of light, from lights, heaters, and other everyday products to weapons, magic, and even airships. In connection, this technological reform is commonly known as the Orbal Revolution. Okay, so orbments are a thing, and they help with society. They're basically this society's electricity, whatever. And machines. Bracers are investigative and combat specialists who work to protect civilians and maintain the stability of their respective regions. Our logo is an urn with a fist in front of it, because we punch people to death. They aid the community in various ways, such as exterminating monsters, preventing crime, finding lost items, and escorting people and goods. Bracers Guild, which has established branches across the continent, manages the affairs of the bracers in each region. About the Liberal Kingdom. The Kingdom of Liberal, in which we live, sits on the western half of the Zemoria continent and abounds with nature and deep-rooted traditions. Liberal is proud to be one of the leading producers of septium on the continent and is known for its high level of goblin technology used to develop demons, or orbments. Orbment technology has also been a key pillar of support for Liberal in protecting its independence as it has contended with neighboring nations. 10 years ago, when Liberals were invaded by the demons and the goblins from the Erbonian Empire, it was the use of orbital-powered airships that saved the kingdom from defeat. Consequently, even now, our relationship with the Empire is somewhat sensitive. But thanks to Hillary Clinton's political finesse, Liberals enjoy peace. God damn it. What the fuck am I doing with my life? Let's see. Since we've got a mountain of stuff to do today, I'll let you off the hook this time with a condensed review. I'm going to speed things up now and move on to the practical portion of your training. Shara? How's today's practical training any different from the training we've done before? Since it's practical, that means you will be experiencing things firsthand. Therefore, I'm going to have the both of you run through everything as if this were a real bracer job. So what you're saying is, there won't be any studying at a desk involved? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. This time you'll have to go out and make a physical effort to accomplish your task. I'll make sure to have you work up a sweat, so I hope you're ready. Yes! That's seriously just what the doctor ordered. I didn't know what I was going to do if I had to sit another day with my tush parked at a desk. I guess I got all worried for nothing. Well, suddenly you're all bright and cheerful, Estelle. Let's just hope that smile on your face lasts until the end of today's training. Okay, let's get cracking on your first objective, shall we? Let's have at it! Your first objective will be to confirm the details of the job you will be performing. But before that, there is something that we need to give the both of you. There's a lot of exposition. Ina, are they ready? Yes, they are. All right, you two. Go get one for each of yourselves. These are very important, so make sure not to lose them. Bracer Notebook. Hey, that's that book that I saw in the triangle menu. Bracer Notebooks serve as the official way to record the status of your current jobs. Also, anything you may hear or anything that you may find and where. These kind of trivial things can often become clues. No matter how insignificant something may seem, always write it down. Understood? God, this sounds like it's going to be a pain. Oh? Please tell me it was my ears playing tricks on me, because I swear I only got one response. I'm sure there was two. Keeping an accurate account of events is an important duty for all bracers. So get with the program and stop trying to make this out to be more than it really is, Estelle. Okay, I got it. Make sure you do. All right then, let's begin. Let me get right. Look over by the door. You can see that there's a bulletin board standing there. It's not. First, I want you to go and check the job description posted there. When the bulletin board is approached, an exclamation point mark will appear. Pressing the X button will display the job list. By selecting the job names on the list, you can view the details. Yeah. Retrieval. All right, Charizard, 500 mirror, direct request. This training will involve searching the sewers beneath Royland and bringing back the contents of a chest. See Charizard for details. Details of the job confirmed on the bulletin board and other important events will be automatically recorded in the Bracer Notebook. The Bracer Notebook can be easily found by clicking on the Books tab of the Items menu. It can also be accessed by holding the triangle button and pressing the left button. Very good. Looks like you were able to see what posted without any trouble. Checking the bulletin board is one of the most basic functions the Bracer performs on their job. Checking regularly to see whether or not there are any urgent tasks which need immediate attention is also an important duty for Bracers. Man, all this talk about duty is starting to cramp my style. Sure, there are a lot of rules to follow, but there's an equal level of responsibility in the jobs themselves. I think being a Bracer calls for much more than just someone with a half-hearted attitude. Yes, you're right. I just have to be more motivated. Had a change of heart, have you? You betcha. Well, before all that motivation sneaks off somewhere, let's get to the work on your next task. What will we be doing this time? We'll be heading across the street to Mr. Meldo's Orbital Factory and learning about how to use its services. He has graciously taken time out of his work schedule to explain things, so make sure to be on your best behavior. Okay. See, what I'm going to do, this episode's going to be a little bit longer because I figure first episode back, we'll get all this exposition out of the way. That way we're into the nitty gritty when we get to the next episode. In other words, this was the boring ass episode that you should have expected it to be. Here is where you will learn how to use Orbital Factory services. At an Orbital Factory, you can modify your orbments and synthesize support quartz in order to use Orbital Arts. Arts have a wide range of effects, and if mastered, can be extremely helpful. The Bracer business is a pretty risky occupation, so the Guild has had a long-standing relationship with these Orbital Factories. Anyway, this is about as much as I can explain. I'll leave the technical details to the expert. So, Mr. Meldus, if you wouldn't mind taking over from here? No problem. Leave everything to me. So, what is it that you would like to know about? Orbments. Orbments are mechanical devices which exhibit an array of effects through the installation of various types of quartz. By definition, that means that lights, airship engines, and so on are also types of orbments. However, the ones we will be discussing today are battle orbments, which enhance the user's physical abilities and make it possible to use magic. Since orbment is adjusted to match the owner's personal aptitude, the structures for these devices also differ from each owner. Simply put, the shape of the fixed elemental slots and lines which connect them vary. At any rate, that's the layman's explanation. In order to install quartz, you must first have an open slot. By default, the central slot is open, but the other slots must be opened at an orbital factory like this. It'll take a fair amount of sepith too. EP, which is needed for magic, will also see a max increase according to the number of open slots. I recommend opening them all as soon as possible. So, what is it you would like to know about? Okay. Simply put, orbital arts are magic which can be discharged exclusively through the use of battle orbments. In other words, a number of peculiar effects can be produced by using the orbital energy stored within these mechanical devices. Since orbital arts can be a mouthful, they are almost universally referred to as arts. Probably ought to have been called that from the get-go. There are several types of arts, but in order to be able to use them, their corresponding quartz must first be synthesized at an orbital factory. Orbments are also set up so that once a particular quartz is installed into a slot, the owner will be able to use those arts. The type of arts one can use also changes depending on the elemental value and the combination of the installed quartz. Basically, if you want to use water arts, all you have to do is install quartz with a water elemental value. In reality, orbments are much more complex than what I have described, but I think this information should suffice for now. Tell me about quartz. Quartz are circuits made from sepith. Quartz have a vast number of effects and raise the owner's abilities while simultaneously making it possible for them to use arts. However, you will not be able to harness any of these effects until quartz has been installed into a slot. However, there are also fixed slots in which only a certain type of elemental quartz can be installed. This being the case, when you synthesize a new quartz, be sure to check your orbment and decide where you will be installing it ahead of time. And finally, sepith. Sepith are fragments of septium which are dropped by monsters. They are divided into 7 types: earth, brown; water, blue; fire, red; wind, green; time, black; space, gold; mirage, silver. Sepith can be exchanged for mirror almost anywhere, but at the orbital factory it can be used to synthesize quartz and to open orbment slots in which to install the synthesized quartz. So, that's all. That was a lot of information. That was a dump of information. RPGs tend to do that. It looks like Mr. Melda has answered all your questions. If there's nothing else, then let's have you both try and use the services here. For that, you're going to need some sepith. Receive several of each type of elemental sepith. With that amount, you should be able to synthesize a few quartz. Now, I want you to begin by making an elemental quartz that will work with each of your particular orbments. In your case, Estelle, any elemental quartz is okay, but for you, Joshua, it has to be a time elemental quartz. Normally, at a shop, you would be able to exchange sepith for mirror, but for this trading, you will not be able to use this service. Upon approaching the counter talk, a talk mark will appear, pressing X, oh, good work on your training. If you need to use it, or get fresh. Okay, I gotta go to the other guy. Modify quartz. Let's see. Let's do attack. Yes. And let's do time. Well, I can make, it looks like I can make one of each. So I might as well, you know. Alright, so now I'm back. Alright, looks like you were able to synthesize one. Next, I want you to increase the arts you can use. Now install quartz into your orbments so that you can use both recovery and attack arts. Quartz can be installed in the orbment screen. The orbment screen can be utilized by selecting the orbment tab in the main menu. Okay. So, we want to add the attack. Action. That's it, right? Attack and recovery. Okay. What did I do wrong? I can't. I only have one slot, dude. Still. I don't have enough Sepith. What? Hold on. Now install A quartz into your orbment so that you can use both recovery and attack arts. Oh. All right. Looks like you've got both recovery and attack arts set up. If you balance your arts out between each other like you've done here, it should make dealing with monsters much easier. I was just being dumb. Don't mind me. Additionally, your bracer notebooks contain information about which quartz allow you to use which arts. If you'd like to use more powerful arts, check out the arts and quartz charts in your bracer notebooks and find something that works for you. All right, our training here is almost finished. Last of all, I'm going to have you both open a new slot in your orbits. The more slots you have available to you, the broader range of choices you'll have. Since EP, which is consumed by using arts, can have its max value increased by opening up slots, it would be a good idea to open them all early on. Now, I want you to use this Sepith and open a slot on each of your orbits. Go ahead and decide which slot you're going to open. Okay. Slot. So I can open 1 or 6. I'm gonna go 6. And I'll go... Oh. I only got given enough to do 1. I see you managed to open one of your orbit slots still. Since your central slot is not limited to a particular element, you are free to install any type of quartz you like. This concludes your training here at the Orbital Factory. Now it's time to move on to what we've both been waiting for, the qualification test. Pardon? Did you just say test? You can't honestly tell me that you forgot about the test again, can you? Didn't I remind you just this morning? Now that you mention it, I vaguely remember some sort of talk along those lines at the breakfast table. Sometimes I fear for the future of the Bracer Guild and humanity. Oh well, no sense in worrying about that now. Let's head over to the testing area. You mean, like, now? I don't know if I'm ready for a little less yapping and a little more walking. Oh, she's kidnapped me. Joshua, help me. Mr. Melders, Freddy, thank you for all your help. Don't mention it, and good luck with that test of yours. We'll be rooting for you. I'm going to remember that you left me high and dry like this, Joshua. All of your training has finally come down to this. Your qualifications test will begin here. I expect to see you both use what you've learned up to this point. Understood. What's wrong, Estelle? Cheryl? What now? was kind of wondering, but is there going to be a paper test or something? Cassius drop you on your head as a child or something? You just read what it said on the bulletin board not that long ago, right? Yeah, and I even made you jot down what you read in your brace of notebooks. Unless you forgot that too. I'm pretty sure the job listing mentioned searching for and retrieving an item from the sewers. Ringing any bells yet? What a relief. Oh, divine Idios. I give thanks to thee for thy infinite grace in bestowing upon us such wonderful gifts as sewers. So what you're really saying is that you thought it was the paper test. No wonder you were acting all crazy back at the Orbital Factory. What the fuck just happened there? I could already feel the nostalgia. All those horrible days stuck in a classroom were starting to feel like grand memories indeed. I'm really starting to wonder if we'll even be able to graduate at all. What's wrong with you? Why do you have to go and say something like that when I'm trying to reminisce about positive things? All right. That's enough jabbering, you two. This is supposed to be a test, so how about the both of you try to at least look a little anxious? Just so you know, though, if you do happen to flunk the test, you don't even want to imagine the kind of homework I have in store for both of you. It'll be fine. Just tell us what you want us to do and we'll let loose. Well, you're so confident, how about proving that you're not just blowing hot air with the results of your test? Anyways, as you both saw on the bulletin board, this test will be a search conducted in Royland sewers. Your objective is to retrieve the contents of a chest which have been placed somewhere within that area. The layout of the sewer is extremely simple, so don't need to worry about getting lost either. However, there are real living, breathing monsters down there. So if you get careless, let your guard down, you will. So, also let me give you this before I forget. Tier Bomb Monster Guide. What's this book for? Called a Monster Guide. It's used to record information about monsters and other opponents you meet. Whenever you figure out an enemy's attributes, you should make an immediate note of it in there. That's pretty straightforward to me. He who controls the flow of information controls the tide of battle, right? That's exactly what I'm saying. You really got a good head on your shoulders, Joshua. It's a pretty useful advice. Thanks for the tip, Shara. Put it to good use. Alrighty then. Let's get pumped and knock out this test. Let's. Don't forget, though, this is an exam. We should make sure we treat it as such. Alright. Before we forget, let's also give her the attack. So now we know how to do Tear, Aqua Bleed, and Firebolt. But right here seems as good a time as any to save the game and be prepared. Hello? I don't see anything written, but we know on the next episode we will actually be doing the whole thing with the sewer system. I know this was a long one. I know it was long-winded and not super interesting, but we got all the dumb, well, it's not dumb, but we got all the crap out of the way that we needed to get out of the way so that we could enjoy it now. I hope you will enjoy this series as much as I think I'm going to enjoy it. I hope you enjoy these videos. Other games will be coming as well. This will be a couple days a week we're going to have videos. So, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to comment. Do all the doodly-doos on the thingy things in the YouTube space because I don't feel like talking about it again. This is probably the last time I'm going to say that. I hope you enjoyed the video. I don't know if you did or not. If you didn't, well, shit. Bye.